Good evening, everybody. My name is Scott Jensen, and I'd like to talk to you about the dynamics of love in a relationship. The meaning of this video is to inform and get your thoughts racing on the importance of love. I say dynamics because I believe that love is the energy felt between two people that changes on a daily basis. In this first discussion of love, I wish to talk about those famous words, falling in love. Some may argue that you don't fall in love, you may receive it or give it to another. Any way that you phrase it, when speaking of two people and planting a seed of love into one another's hearts, something magical is happening. So you may ask, like many others, how do we fall in love? What is the energy that is being felt and shared with this person that you can't take your eyes off of, or that makes your heart jump out of your chest by just catching a small glimpse of him or her? I'm going to guess, like for many of us that have fallen in love, this feeling is euphoric, and you feel like you're on cloud nine, and you feel an unbelievable increase of happiness and a sense of being fulfilled. So here's my rendition of the dynamics of falling in love. Love is and ever will be and exist forever. Because of love, we have life and give life from generation to generation. It is an energy that exists in all of us that seeks to become bigger than we can ever imagine. It is the creation of love between two people that sends energy throughout their being. And I say being because being one person, they become one in a purpose. Becoming one in a partnership of love is a magical experience and passageway that opens you up to a higher level of living. You live your life not for yourself, but for the one that you love. It is a talent that has been given to everyone, from the stricken poor of the earth to the kings and queens of royalty. It gives itself freely and is felt by all. It doesn't choose whom it will possess, but by its hosts. It can't be forced against one's will, for it will simply not exist. And so being an everlasting energy and gift that progresses between two persons, the question still exists. Excuse me. How do two people fall in love, and why? Could it be what is on the outside that first attracts, and what lays inside that captures the heart? But what are those that have never met, only by letter and words that first grow to love from the inside without ever knowing their outward appearance? And that is why love is so magical. Does it really have a beginning? Can anyone capture the moment when it really happens? Surely there exists a magical love list of both a conscious and subconscious level that, when checked off and completed both by the mind and by your heart, by both parties, a love connection begins to spark. The mind, because we have our senses and knowledge. The heart, because we have feelings and emotions. And in real essence then, it could be a complicated series of synapses, or in other words, communication between the mind and heart of one person joining at the same level of another with reciprocated feelings and thoughts. For example, if you were a walking mall and you were full of love to give and also had room to receive, and another in the same fashion of giving and receiving comes along, at a subconscious and conscious level, the both of you begin shopping what the other has to offer. It's obvious what happens next. You may reject or repel or attract and be drawn towards the other person. An interesting concept would be this: how many items do we typically have to shop or pull off the shelf from the other person before we fall in love with that person? And it has to happen with the other person as well. Even more interesting to think about as a couple in love are the items that one partner is putting back onto the shelf because his or her partner has changed and can no longer offer the same items that attracted this person to his or her partner when they first began to shop. Or in other words, when this happens, we call it falling out of love. You may ask yourself this question: am I creating enough food storage for times of drought? Relationships based on true love really can stand the test of drought, but at some point somebody is going to get hungry and begin shopping somewhere else. So keep your eyes and your heart open and pay attention to your partner. Ask him or her why they fell in love with you and start working on those items. You should be able to answer with your mind and your heart a lot of the reasons you fell in love with your partner. In conclusion, I believe in love. I believe that there are ways to stock your shelves and forever keep the twinkle in your eyes and have two people progress as one in love, using their minds and their hearts to draw closer together. Thank you and bye.